The truth of things is simple. The truth of things is simple. As difficult as it can be to recognize that simplicity, there's a term that I have grown fond of called Occam's razor. It's a term in science, and basically what it means is that Occam's razor suggests that the answer is simple. When things get too complicated, and you have to keep adding and keep going further and further and further, you're getting further away from the truth. That's not likely the proper response or the proper answer that we're looking for when it gets too complicated. There's 30 to 40,000 versions of Christianity. That's quite complicated. In order to be sure that I know what's right, I'd have to go through all 30,000 of those, 40,000. You don't know what the other ones think. You can do that with Christianity or just with religion in general, right? If you're being honest about things, I can't just look at Christianity and stop and say, this is all that I need. How do I know what the Muslims are saying? How do I know what the Jews are saying? The Hindus, the Buddhists, the Dalai Lama, not the Dalai Lama, who am I thinking of? The Hare Krishnas, the Native Americans. If we're being honest, we'd have to research all of that. It's not that complicated. Being a good person is not that complicated. And in fact, if you look at the Bible, like I mentioned before, 750,000 words. Most of that is unnecessary. The vast majority of it is unnecessary as it relates to you being a good person. Stories about people walking around in the desert and all this. What good is that serving? It's not really serving anything. It's just a story that just keeps you going in circles. I mentioned the dog chasing its own tail. This is what this tradition is meant to do, to set you on this sort of endless cycle. You're trying to catch something that you'll never catch. You're chasing your own tail.